Hey everyone, Norberto Rivera with Laval Flooring here in beautiful Valley City, North Dakota. Today what we're going to be doing in our $10 million studio is going over how to repair a luxury vinyl plank with the Kool Glide iron. So here's kind of what to expect today. First, we'll go over what the Kool Glide is. We'll view a video of an actual repair we did in the field, followed by an actual demo here in the studio. If any of you want to skip through most of the video, make sure to just check out the chapters we put in the description below. Hey guys, before we continue, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on notifications. And to help satisfy the insatiable YouTube algorithm, make sure to comment any questions or actual comments in the comments below. So what I've got here is the Kool Glide iron, and we use microwaves and a specialized metals seam tape to bond different floor coverings such as carpet or vinyl bagged luxury vinyl tile or luxury vinyl planks. One thing to keep in mind is that the Kool Glide does not work with traditional hot melt tapes that have to make contact. You want to use the manufacturer specified Kool Glide tape, which is metalized and made specifically for vinyl repairs. There are two main types of repairs we'll go over in this video. First, it'll be gapping between planks, such as this. Also, scratching, denting, or gouging. To begin, here's a repair we did in Valley City, North Dakota.
Well, we're up north right now, and we've got a repair here for some vinyl plank. So what we're doing is cleaning out the joint, and what we're gonna do is feed it some tape. Feed it in and then pull it that way. That way we can use the Kool Glide to keep the floor together, and that way the stress is evenly distributed along the plank instead of just putting a little bead of glue, which wouldn't hold over the long run.
So I need to grab just two tools real quick. It's as simple as making sure you're on low, you're over a wood substrate. Zippity zap. That's all there is to it.
All right.
That had me worried for a second.
And we're gonna go until the light goes out, right?
Yep. So
All
you
right.
let its timer do its thing.
Once we let the area where we use the Kool Glide to cool off, we check to see if the planks would gap once more. And then, then it's like hitting the plank with our feet that you'll be going into the video, just, or, you'll be skipping to the video, doesn't matter. And it worked perfectly. All right, let's get started with the demo. What we've got here is Cali Bamboo's Cali Vinyl Pro. It's an SPC without an attached pad, which is critical if you're gonna be using the Kool Glide to make repairs, because you don't wanna be bonding with the attached underlayment. It's not rated for that. All right, let's get started. Now let's pretend that big bad boy Johnny and his hoodlum gang of friends broke into your house and wrote bad words and drew bad things on your floor. How are we gonna get that plank out and repaired? Well, Matt, you wanna zoom in and just show them what we got set up?
Sure thing.
All right, so what we did was we put tape around the affected area just to help you, and it also helps us so that we know sometimes the floor, it blends in a little too much and you don't know where one plank ends and another one begins. What we also did was we put all these relief cuts, and they don't need to be this thick, but we put these because we're gonna cut these pieces so that it comes out easier. All right guys, so we got done making our cuts here. And so what you can do at this point is you can pull this out carefully, like that. See this one, like that. And this one, these are a little bit harder to pull out just because the locking mechanism is a drop lock, but there you go. We're gonna vacuum this real quick and give me a second. So anyway. Okay, now. All right, so now it's clean. Ignore the fact that we cut through a plastic table, but we'll blame that on the younger kids. All right guys, we're gonna go over how we're gonna position the tape, and then we're gonna go over what we need to do to the plank to make it fit in here. So I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna grab my pieces of tape. You do not want the tape to overlap like this. So you wanna have it come like this. All right, so you can do, doesn't really matter what order you do it. You know, if you're in the field and you know you want to lift it up and you have a tool, you can pry this a little bit up. It's flexible. Main thing you want to do is make sure that this is your center mark. That's what you want to get lined up between the planks. All right, that looks good there. Let's see. All right, that looks good to me. All right. All right guys, we got the tape centered. It's not overlapping. We've got the red lines centered between the planks. All right, well, you know, you can take that off. All right, next part. This is the plank I am going to put right here, but as you can see, I really can't drop it because this tongue is sticking out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock this tongue off. Let me just see. I've got this thing right here. Let's see. Hang on. Maybe, hang on, just pause it for a second. All right guys, since we knocked off the locking mechanism that we talked to you guys about, the tongue, what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it in the repair area. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna angle it up because I have taken care of removing that. So let me see here. Okay, there we go. Now do realize that this is a demo area, so when you install on your floor, it's gonna be a lot easier. It's not gonna move as much. There we go. You know, it's moved a little bit on us right here, but as you can see, how does that look, Matt?
Looks great.
All right, so just all right. Now I'm gonna grab my Kool Glide. There's a couple different things you guys need to look at. We're gonna turn on the power. Let's see here. Hang on. Is that fucking? All right. We'll start vacuuming right now. All right, guys. We plugged in our Kool Glide. Matthew, if you want to show them this. Here you've got your low setting. This is where you're going to want to start. And you're going to turn on your power. And that light's going to turn off in a little bit. And it's going to tell us when that has finished seaming that section. All right, it's turned off. What I like to do is I like to place my finger just to show kind of where, you know, I've already heated. So I'm going to put this here, center it here. I'm going to turn this on. And at this point, Matt, you're just, at this point, it's turned off. Now I'm just gonna place my finger here. I'm gonna place this here, and I'm gonna turn this on. And when that's done, we're gonna do it to the other side. And you're just gonna wait. All right, that's good. And all right, then you wanna show something? Guys, we just got done using the Kool Glide. I'm touching it right now. I'm not burning myself. There's no mess, there's no glue. So this is one of the reasons why, aside from being able to work with vinyl planks and carpet, is just the fact that there's no mess, no fuss, and it's great. As you guys can tell, it's holding together just with the tape. Anyway, guys, as you saw, whether in the first video or what we just did here in the studio, it doesn't even look like we replaced a plank. Hey guys, that does it for this video. We hope it was informative. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.